Have you ever stopped in the middle of a Warriors game and felt the air shift as if something monumental was crawling just beneath the surface? Something no one quite dares to name aloud. What if the very future of this legendary franchise hinged not on the familiar splash of Curry's three-point bullets or Draymond's thunderous blocks, but on a silent, simmering tension that could either ignite a new dynasty or shatter the fragile last hopes of championship glory? Could the golden light of the Oracle Arena be flickering differently, casting shadows on a 22-year-old's fate that might rewrite everything we thought we knew about Dub Nation's path forward? Welcome, Warriors fans and hoop dreamers alike, to Warriors News Fan Report, where every slam dunk of news hits like a buzzer beater. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a second of this saga that's already shaking the foundations of the NBA offseason and sending tremors all the way to the Chase Center's shiny new floors. Now picture this: a young phenom, barely old enough to drink legally, walks into contract, talks with the team that's defined the decade, demanding a payday that puts him in the rarefied air of NBA superstars, neighbors with max contract titans like Jimmy Butler and rising stars like Scotty Barnes. Yet, the very squad that raised him hesitates. Caught in the bitter paradox of potential versus proven impact, a $35 million annual wish met with a pragmatism, barely cloaking a $5 million gap. Could this mean the Warriors see, deep down, something unshaped or incomplete in that talent? Or is it possible that behind closed doors, whispers of caution are actually echoes of a painful memory, a specter of the Jordan Poole gamble that backfired in ways few wanted to admit? Some insiders whisper that the Warriors' front office isn't just crunching numbers, they're wrestling with trauma. The costly fallout from a previous young star's breakdown, and the very real fear that history might repeat itself in the worst way. All during Steph Curry's ticking championship clock. Yet, here's the twist no one saw coming. Despite fiery moments on the court where this young gun exploded with near-heroic numbers, averaging over 24 points in critical playoff moments, when Curry himself was sidelined, he was benched during crunch time in games that slipped away like sand through fingers against the Nuggets. The frustration spilled into the public arena with explosive quotes that shattered the usual cloak of locker room diplomacy. "I don't know if the coach believes I can be more," he said bluntly. Coach Steve Kerr fired back with a line that sounded less like encouragement and more like a verdict. He needs to accept his role. Could this battle of wills be a powder keg threatening to detonate the Warriors' chemistry? Is it possible that a player once heralded for his raw talent is now being boxed strictly into a role that even Draymond Green has spoken out about? And what does this mean when we factor in a declining core aging like a vintage wine on a winding down clock? Curry at 37, Butler at 36, Draymond at 36 too. There's no luxury of time here to wait for slow growth or fractured rotations. Statistically speaking, the young talent's profile is as complicated as his situation. His 16.1 points per game on 52.9% shooting, with a true shooting percentage hovering near 60%, screams efficiency. Yet his player efficiency rating settles just barely above league average at 15.7. Nowhere near the elite company of Barnes or Cunningham, who justify their max checks with gaudier numbers and all-star resumes. Add in 31 missed games due to injury last season, and suddenly those superstar checks seem more like a risky bet than an inevitable payday. Could that explain the Warriors' tentative $30 million offer, a generous contract by league standards? But a firm handshake coupled with a warning, and even if another team steps into the fray, armed with cap space and hunger, does the Golden State front office's plan to match offers and possibly trade him down the road reveal deeper strategy? Or is it simply a stalling tactic before the inevitable breakup? This offseason's whispered trade possibilities read like the script of a blockbuster thriller. Imagined package swaps involving Giannis Antetokounmpo, whose name itself strikes fear and excitement into the league, could transform the Warriors roster in seismic fashion. Could a 4-team mega deal shuffle Butler, Durant, and Kuminga in ways that rewrite the blueprint of championship teams? Or would a more measured surgical strike be executed, sending Kuminga's embattled talents to Chicago in exchange for Nikola Vuvivio, the stretch 5 scoring machine whose 18.5 points, a night and sharpshooting prowess, promises to hand Curry fresh ammunition? Miami's Tyler Herro could also come into play. The flashy scorer fitting snugly into the Warriors' offensive cadence, replacing uncertainty with proven rhythm. Each scenario, yammering on social media platforms, has fans debating feverishly. Memes flooding Twitter and our Warriors burning hot with near-fanatical speculation. Is this the end of JK in a Warriors jersey? Could this trade be the missing piece or the crack in the foundation we feared? Even Draymond weighing in, backing Kuminga publicly while acknowledging the volatile nature of their dynamic, adds layers to a storyline thick with promise. And peril? History has taught Dub Nation what stakes look like. Remember the sparkle of Run TMC nights? The juggernaut, unstoppable splash era. The roller coaster of hope and heartbreak, of trades that made legends and moves that marked the twilight. Of a dynasty. Now, as whispers swirl about whether this latest saga is a repeat of past mistakes or the dawn of a new era, the emotional stake couldn't be higher. This isn't just a contract negotiation or a trade rumor, it's a crossroads that might define the very essence of Golden State's next chapter, flush with raw talent but shadowed by mistrust and looming legacy. So, tell me, what do you think about all of this? Will Jonathan Kuminga rise from this crucible of doubt to become the bridge to the Warriors' future championships? Or will this grinding stalemate be the wrench that snaps the gears of a once dynasty? Personally, as a ride-or-die member of Dub Nation, I believe the Warriors hold more cards than anyone realizes underneath. The chaos lies a calculated master plan that might just surprise us all, but they have to play it perfectly, or risk losing more than just a player. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you're catching this electric current, riding the seismic shifts, shaking Dub Nation's very core, then don't just sit there, slam that like button like it's a dagger to the heart of doubt. Subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report and ring that bell until the notification echoes all the way from the Bay Bridge to the Pacific Ocean. Because this ain't your average off-season update. This is a basketball thriller unfolding in real time, with stakes so high they could make a rookie's knees buckle and a Hall of Famer's legacy tremble. Now, let's delve deeper into this maelstrom, where Warriors legend collides with raw potential. A crossroads where Steph Curry's shooting wizardry, Draymond Green's impassioned defensive core leadership, and the volatile, hungry young guns collide in a dizzying dance of chemistry, strategy, and ambition that could either forge an unbreakable dynasty or ignite internal implosions louder than a chase. Center buzzer-beater buzzer itself. Imagine, just for a moment, the ripple effects if this rumored addition and all-star caliber talent, hungry to prove himself, lands alongside Curry in the backcourt. How does this recalibrate Golden State's delicate ecosystem? Does Steph's gravity magnify, attracting stellar passes and open lanes forward? Or worse, does it carve a narrower pathway for the rising phenoms Podziemski, Kuminga, and Moody to make their mark? Young Jonathan Kuminga, tasked with morphing from promising prodigy into a concrete cornerstone, battles for carve-out minutes like a gladiator in a shifting arena. His explosive athleticism, combined with flashes of improved shot-making, beckon hope, yet the minutes crunch, because when an all-star steps in, rotations constrict like traffic in rush hour, forcing the Warriors to balance the electric energy of youth with the calculated precision needed to maximize their championship window. This juxtaposition of legendary superstars' twilight years, meshed with a core still chasing full bloom, creates a tinderbox of tension and opportunity. We see it in Warren Buffett-like patience measured on financial sheets with contract offers, but also in the ferocity of on-court play, where every second carries weight. And don't let the story be told without recalling the cold, hard numbers that anchor these narratives. Steph Curry's historic shooting splits this season. He's dished out a near-legendary 43.8% from deep on over 8 attempts a night, with a jaw-dropping effective field goal percentage that makes defenses simultaneously terrified and hopeless. Plus, Andrew Wiggins's sustained two-way brilliance and astonishing defensive rating hovering well below league average, coupled with offensive efficiency that finally justifies that towering contract, adds a critical balancing act that nobody in the West can openly discuss without grudging respect. While Jordan Poole's scoring bursts, carving open pivotal moments with his 24.2 points per game output last postseason, remind us of the volatile blend of brilliance and inconsistency that's still part of the Warriors' DNA. there's a storyline. Here, pulsating with dichotomous reminders of the Warriors, defining dynasty years when we believe echoed from the barefoot crowd at Oracle. Pivoting to the current era, where 5 titles in 8 seasons set a near-impossible standard that now looms like a shadow in the locker room. Contrast that with bold, brazen rival moves by Phoenix's relentless ball movement squad, Denver's lethal trio, and the LA hipster dominance chasing the same crowning glory. Each scheming to upset, unseat, rewrite the West's power dynamic. Picture Woj and Shams spinning tales of hatchet deals, draft day shocks, and trade deadline chaos, while Andre Iguodala, the glue guy who's seen it all, whispers rumors in the locker room that sound equal parts hopeful and haunted. Dofuk was Pool's breakdown really about how would Draymond's voice carry in a new chemistry of voice that's both leadership and lightning rod, a player engine intertwined with identity. And then there's the chatter in the bars and on Telegraph Avenue, where diehards and casual fans alike debate feverishly as the oak barrels of local craft brew chill, the thud of basketballs hitting hardwood mimicked by the staccato tapping of phone screens. Flooding social media with memes, casting Kuminga as a misunderstood hero or a liability, teasing out curtains of what if could be and might fall apart. The atmosphere here is not just tense, it's suffused with the raw electricity of potential unleashed or nightmares realized. And as we build this climax, think of the narrative crescendo, because this isn't just about roster construction or salary cap gymnastics. It's about a franchise at a junction where time is racing like the final seconds of a Game 7. And each move could either ignite the roar of a packed chase, center reclaiming its throne as basketball's cathedral, or the silence of missed opportunities echoing through empty seats. Will this audacious gambit be memorialized in Bay Area lore as the flashpoint where Golden State's dynasty dusted off the old glory and launched a new era of splashing threes and smothering defense? Or will it be a cautionary tale, a crossroads, of fractured egos, calculated risks that backfire, and dynasty dreams slipping through strained fingers? Personally, as a Redordie member of Dub Nation, staring down this cyclone of rumors and realities, I believe there's more hidden genius in the Warriors' front office game plan than meets the eye. Behind every cautious contract offer, behind every trade rumor, lies an intent to stabilize, to amplify strengths, and to build a team that marries star power with versatile youth in a way that's been elusive before. But, god damn it, every misstep here risks turning this saga into another painful chapter, where untapped potential morphs into regret and the gold fades to gray under the pressure. So here's the question. Burning hotter than a Curry jumper from the logo, will the Warriors seize this moment, navigate the storm, and roar back louder than ever? Or will the delicate balance snap, tearing apart the very fabric of a team and fan base that has bled for blue and gold for over 2 decades? This is the million-dollar shot, the contract extension, the trade deadline call, and the heart-pounding buzzer beater all rolled into one franchise-defining moment. If you're feeling the shockwaves and the promise as fiercely as I am, don't hesitate, hit that like button, drop your hot takes and wild predictions below, and lock in tight to Warriors News Fan Report, because this saga is only just beginning. And the next chapter could make or break everything we thought we knew about Golden State basketball.